to talk to you about what it actually takes to get started brewing beer. What exactly do you need for equipment? So we're going to go over that. I'm also going to talk about how to get into all grain in an easy method. Some of you might not be familiar with this next term, but that term is brew in a bag. So I'm also going to talk about that. Some of you will go online and look at sites such as Northern Brewer and Keg Connection, and they got this little banner that says additional equipment needed. It's almost like this huge warning sign, and to me, I look at it as like, whoa, I must not be able to do this. So it's really nothing crazy that you truly need. So I'm going to get into that today. I wanted to do a video on this. I want to do some beer brewing tomorrow, and I wanted to differentiate between brew in a bag and also extract. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to set up this video for y'all and show you exactly what you need. So on the table, as you can see, I got an array of stuff here, and some of it's necessary, some of it's a nice small addition in my opinion. So first off, what do I have? Let's even not start there, because most guys, what do you think you need? Of course we need a kettle. So what do we do for a kettle? As you look over here, you can see what I have for a kettle setup. This is a gas one, 10-gallon kettle. I'm going to show you some features on that. I'm going to go through the rest of it for you. I did a review on my gas one kettle. Overall, what do I like? I like the valve. I definitely would buy a valve again. There's a reason for that. If I take my big mouth bubbler here, my fermenter, it is really nice to have that valve to open that and pour that in. And as I kind of go through this list of stuff that's nice to have or needed, I'm going to say a stainless steel funnel is very nice to have. Why? Again, to be able to put that down. I just lost some lights. Let me grab those. And the reason being, the stainless steel funnel is really nice. When you open this valve, it's going to shoot out here a little bit, and obviously, well, a little air in there. There's nothing in that valve right now, maybe a little water, and that's going to pour out. You'll see when I do a video, and I guess I got a little water in there. That ain't too making me thrilled, but okay. So we need a kettle of some sort. A lot of people do a 5-gallon batches, especially starting out with most of your batches on your extract are going to be 5 gallons. Recommendation is to go at least a 10-gallon kettle. I'm going to say shop around. This guy wasn't too bad, and there's a secret laying in there too. But you can see there's a false bottom in there. This one comes with a bazooka tube, so you can use it a mash tune, but I want to get ahead of myself there. But with that, what else do we need? Do we need a thermometer? No, but it's nice. Do you need a ball valve on your kettle? No, but I think it's a nice feature. Price point for this gas one kettle, they're on Amazon. I think the whole setup was 200 bucks. I don't think that's bad. I did a kettle review. If anybody interested in that, you can check that out. I don't want to get this video too long. You're also going to need some kind of a propane burner. Mine's an Adel metal burner. Kind of give you a view of that. And it's a nice burner. I've been happy with it. There's a bunch of different brands of burners. Some guys start out with turkey burners. A negative thing I see about turkey burners, not a whole lot of BTU, and they're flimsy. If you're going to get into the hobby, I would look at some stuff. My Adel metal also has leg extensions. Why? It's a little higher. Adel metal leg extensions, kind of a higher end kettle or burner. So you're going to get a little money there. There's other burners out there that you don't have to. I got one for my Discadia, which is a cooking disc. I'll show that in a different video. It's a nice burner too, so you don't have to necessarily go this way. But I'm going to recommend one that's not way on the ground, because you're going to bend over and move water and everything else to do this. So what do we need so far? We got a kettle. Do we need a lid? Well, most of them come with a lid. Do you need a ball valve? No, but my argument, it's going to make your transfers a lot easier, makes your brew day quicker. Quicker to me is more efficient, better. Ball valve on your kettle is nice for that. Thermometer is nice, although you don't need one, so you can break it down. But if I had this to do over again, I would definitely do a thermometer. I would definitely do a ball valve. Some people say, well, your thermometer can get caught in there and get caught in grain and all these other things. Yeah, I get that point of view, but I think it's a trade-off for having the probe in it is worth it. It's less hassle, less something else to lay on the table. What I'm missing, of course, is a propane cylinder, but I think we all know what that is if we're getting into that. Of course, my funnel was an add-on. We have the fermenter. This case is a big mouth bubbler. You can use a glass carboy. You can even use kegs. There's all a bunch of different fermenting options. So to get into extract or even brew in the bag, what do we need so far? A burner, a kettle, maybe a false bottom on brew in the bag might be helpful, but I don't think it's necessary. I've seen people use binder clips to hold them up. So what do we need? Kettle, fermenter of some sort. Funnel is a nice option, ball valve, nice option. Thermometer, definitely need if it's not built in the kettle. So what else are we gonna need? You're gonna need some kind of sanitizer for your fermenter. A lot of guys and gals use Star San. It's a no-wash, rinse type chemical. You water it down, you put that in your fermenter. Nothing on what is known as the hot side are we worried about, because of course the heat's gonna kill that. But we're also gonna chill this down in the kettle to get to the temp where our yeast doesn't die. In a case of using a plastic fermenter, also even glass, not all of them are tempered, most aren't. Gotta be a little careful of those temps. So we're also gonna need a chiller. I do not have my chiller up here, but I'm gonna bring that up here. So what else do you really gonna need? You're gonna need some I highly recommend a spray bottle of Star San. Just to spray it on your hands, your equipment, it never fails. Even my funnel, to spray it around my funnel. It's always nice to have a spray bottle. I just picked this one up from my local hardware store. Nothing fancy there. You're also gonna wanna probably a water source. In my case, I use a gallon pitcher, and I like one with a spout. This one was like $5, $6. It's a Rubbermaid. I haul my water out there. I do have a garden hose in the summer, which I could use that. Carrying 5 gallons of water up my stairs isn't the best. I'd rather take a little extra time, use my pitcher. You're also gonna need a spoon or a mash paddle. I don't really see a benefit either. Some people worry about the stainless steel hitting the stainless steel, scratching it. I think that's a fair argument. In the case of my fermenter, I need a lid. If you buy a big mouth bubbler, they're gonna come with. And you need an airlock. And you also need an airlock grommet. And that'll finish that. So basically, that is my equipment list. The only thing I'm not showing you right now is the chiller. And some people don't even use a chiller. I'm not gonna recommend it. Maybe you have refrigerator space. You could cool it down in there. That's a pain and adds to work there. There's methods where people do a no-chill method. I don't know. I'm not versed in the no-chill. I'm not against it. I'm gonna stay away from that. In this video, I'm gonna keep it simple. So this is basically what you need. And as you can see, I'm gonna do a kit video for you. I have 2 kits. And that's gonna get in the video as we move forward. And these 2 kits are from Northern Breweries. So what are you gonna see in all grain? Basically, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a bunch of grain, and you're gonna get a packet that says what the beer is. In this case, it's Cashmere Blonde Ale. Your hops are in there, and anything that'll go with. So that makes the kit good. Now, in an extract, you're gonna get this fancy, nice little box, everything in there. So what shows up in the extract? Well, a packing syrup, no different again. You got your hops here, and you got extract base. A little bit of grain in this one. And some, as they say, extract. And in this case, a little filter sock. So for some of the grain, I'm assuming in this kit. I've never done this one. But that's basically the difference. As you can see, the all grain is gonna look more intimidating. Hey, all I get is hops, a little bit of directions, boom. But it's really not that hard. So if you're watching this video, I'm gonna say this to you. When you see that all grain thing, don't freak out. Because here's what honestly you need to get into all grain. I'm gonna move my kettle. Here is truly the only thing you really need. This bag will allow you to do all grain. All grain, to get to all grain is basically that. A grain bag, nothing more. All right, so I'm gonna give you a caveat though. When you get into all grain, here's gonna be the challenge. You're gonna have to hold this. And yeah, some of you are like, oh, I can hold it, I can hold it. It's not easy to hold 10 pounds, 20 pounds of grains are constantly full of water letting it drain. So there's a couple items I'm going to recommend on all grain. And since I don't have my chiller out there, I'm going to grab my chiller, show you that, and I'm going to grab a pulley and show you how I work my all grain method. And that'll wrap up this video. But it's that simple, folks. To get into brewing, all you really need, again, a burner, a kettle, a fermenter, a thermometer, either in the kettle or out. Obviously, if you're going to fire it with propane, you need a propane tank. You're going to need an airlock for your fermenter. Of course, your fermenters are going to come up with a lid or airlock. I recommend Star San to sanitize. I also recommend a spray bottle of sanitizer, and I recommend a pitcher. You're going to need a mash paddle or a stir spoon. And to get into it, I'd recommend either starting with an extract kit, or if you want to do it, jump right on brew in the bag and see where you're going to go. But that is the basis of this video. But I want to get the chiller. I want to show you what I do with all grain, how I rig mine up, and you can decide if brew in the bag is where you want to start out, or if you want to do extract. There might be a 3-vessel all grain video down the road, but right now I'm cranking out some great stuff with brew in the bag. I plan on staying that. I got too many interests. As you all know, I do barbecue too, so kind of don't have space for a nice huge 3-vessel system. But I just wanted to make this video to be straight and forward and say, this is exactly what you all need, everybody. It's not this big amount of equipment. And yeah, some guys and gals start on the stove. I mean, you can even do that. You want to do 1-gallon, 2-gallon batches. All that'll work, but I just kind of wanted to give you a rundown of what I got. So I'm going to grab my chiller, I'm going to grab my pulley and show you that, and this wraps up this video after that. Everybody, in keeping this simple, I brought my chiller up. This is a Hydra, and these are fairly expensive, but I'll tell you, they're an awesome chiller. So some of you are like, well, how does this guy work? Well, this guy works really simple. When we're ready to chill the beer, we just drop him in there and submerge him. That's why sometimes they're called submersion chillers. Like I said, you're just going to drop that in the kettle and chill your wort. Not going to do it right now because obviously I got another setup hanging there. But what I got going here now is something I'd recommend for brew in the bag. If you have a garage, what do I got? I got an eye hook up there. Hopefully you can see that. I got a pulley. My pulley is a locking pulley. I highly recommend a locking pulley. So if you want to move the brew in the bag, here's honestly what's going to make life easy. An eye hook, what's that worth? $4 or $5. The pulley I think was 30 bucks, included the rope plus a brew bag. Brew bag I think was $7, $8, maybe 10. Get into honestly all grain with brew in the bag, especially if a garage, a place to hang a pulley, you're talking under 50 bucks. So what do I like about this? Here's how my pulley works. See, if this was all full of grain, I just tied a simple knot and I can move that up and down with that. Only bad thing is my release there. And I'll do a video all grain. I wanted to do this video because what's coming up next is I'm going to do an extract and I'm going to do an all grain. And I wanted you all to see that. So that is my equipment list. That's all you need to get into extract and all grain. So somebody might say, what about the chiller? What do I do with this guy? Okay, with this guy, you need 2 hoses. A lot of people use a garden hose. They want to put one on and one out, and they circulate water. There's a little bit of a fundamental problem with that because you're using a ton of water, but a Hydra is pretty effective. But if your faucet water is 70 degrees, you don't have the chilling effect. I have another trick for that. And what I do, and you'll see that in some of my videos, is I use a 5-gallon bucket and a 1/4 horse Coleman submersible pump, and I use 2 3-foot hoses that I connect to my chiller, and I fill that full of ice and water. But I'm not going to do a separate video on that one because I wanted to give you a video of everything you truly need. So what am I missing to do brew in the bag or extract at what we see on my table? Honestly, hoses for my chiller if I was going to do it. All I need is garden hoses and water supply. If I'm going to stay extract, I don't need the bag, I don't need the pulley. Even brew in the bag, some of you are going to say, well, what if I don't have that? Well, here's the thing. It's not exactly easy, but I've been looking around other methods. Say, what if I didn't have a garage? There's one way around it. What I came up with is if you buy a campfire tripod, they should, and I got one, I'm going to set it up later, probably on another video. It should be tall enough to clear your burner depending on how the height of your kettle, and you could use it the same way, a chain system. The only thing I don't like about that is the stability, but again, a lot of people are putting, Dutch ovens. You got the weight there, as long as the people around you are paying attention to what they're doing, your tripod's level. I think that's another trick to do brew in the bag for those of you that don't have a garage, and I'll probably do a video on that here down the road, but I just wanted to give you a rundown. I wanted to make this video because I've been frustrated, because it's like people act like to get into brew in the bag or all grain you need all this fancy equipment. You don't. This is it, folks. I mean, some of this you could have bought at a rummage sale cheaper. My stuff, I kind of like the better stuff. That's why I got the Hydra. Do I need to spend that amount of money? I think the Hydra's $200. No, you can get cheaper ones. I just encourage you to do your research. What are you going to want? And buy equipment that grows with you. If you're worried that you're not going to like the hobby, you know what? Start on the stove. Do a couple. See what you like. Or get a Mr. Beer. See if you even feel it. If you like it, then do it and jump up. It's a lot of used equipment, especially in the bigger areas. But I hope you enjoy this video. Next videos that are coming at you, I'm going to do an extract brew. I'm going to record the whole thing. I'm going to do an all grain brew. I'm going to record the whole thing for y'all. So please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until the next video, we'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.